Hi friends, once again KT Sir is here from the channel Karthik Tuitions. In my previous video, we had discussed about finding a mean by direct method. In this video, we are going to talk about assume mean method or shift of origin method. In case if you have missed that video, do check out that video in my algebra playlist. Let's start with the video. Now see, in this method, assume mean method or shift of origin method, first step is to prepare a table with the 5 columns. Now first column will be your classes, then class mark, then deviation, that is xi minus a, something new for you. I'll explain you what exactly it is. After that we'll have the frequency, which is denoted by fi, and the last is fid. Now after that we need to find the class width. Then comes our assuming. See, observe the deviation formula. What is the formula? Xi minus a, where a is your assuming. That means you are going to assume any value as a mean value for you. Now it is always preferable to consider a value from the class mark column. For example, if you want, you can take first class mark as a, or if you want, you can take second class mark as a, or if you want, you can take third class mark as a. Now here in this example, there are only 3 classes. So if suppose in any sum, there are 7 classes, then in any of the class mark, you can take it as a. But I always feel you should take the middle class mark value as a. For example, if there are 7 classes, I would advise you take the fourth class mark as a. And if there are even number of classes, for example 6, then either you can take third class mark as a or fourth class mark as a. Okay, now next part. After that we have to find total. So first we need to find the total of frequency, that is summation of fi, and then we need to find the summation of fid. Now we are going to learn a new formula to find the mean deviation. Now mean deviation is denoted by d bar, and the formula is summation of fidi upon summation of fi. And then to find the mean, the formula is a plus mean deviation. If you try to recollect in direct method to find the mean, the formula was summation of xi upon summation of fi. But in assume mean method or shift of origin method, the mean formula is a plus mean deviation, that is d bar. Am I clear till here? Now let's look at one sum for the understanding. In the following table, the toll paid by the drivers and the number of vehicles is shown. Find the mean of the toll by assume mean method. Now here the method is mentioned, so we cannot change the method. Let's start. Now first I will take the table of 5 columns, where my first column is for the class given, that is toll in rupees. I'll copy the classes as given it is. Then next, my fourth column will be for the frequency. What is the frequency? Number of vehicles. So that will be in the fourth columns, and copy the frequency. Now first let's talk about class width. 400 minus 300 will give us 100. So our class width is 100. Now second column is our class mark, which is denoted by xi. What is the formula? Lower limit plus upper limit upon 2. Now see, in the first class, the lower limit is 300, the upper limit is 400. So 300 plus 400 upon 2. Now 300 plus 400 is 700, upon 2 gives us 350. Now the next class mark, just keep on adding the class width. So 350 plus 100 becomes 450, 450 plus 100 becomes 550, plus 100 will become 650, plus 100 will become 750. Now next column is our deviation, that is xi minus a, and a is our assume mean. Now count how many classes are there. 5 classes are there. So as I told you, it is always preferable to take in between class mark value as a. So I will take the third class mark as a, that is 550. I will take it as my assume mean. Now because of this, the calculation will become easy, that you will understand in the last column. Now see, let's find the di value. It is 350 minus 550. So it will become how much? Minus 200. Same way, 450 minus 550 will become minus 100. Now 550 minus 550 will become 0. Then 650 minus 550 will become 100. And 750 minus 550 will become 200. I hope I am clear till here. Now let's move to the last column. Now last column is your fidi. So here we will multiply the deviation with its respective frequency. Minus 200 into 80 will give us minus 16,000. Minus 100 into 110 gives us minus 11,000. 0 into 120. Now 0 into something is 0. So here the product will become 0. 100 into 70 becomes 7,000. 200 into 40 becomes 8,000. Am I clear till here? Now let's find the total. See, when we find the total, first we have to find the summation of Fi. That means we'll add 80 plus 110 plus 120 plus 70 plus 40. That becomes 420. Now in the last column, as I was telling you, why it is beneficial to take assume mean in between of the class marker. See, if you observe the last column, the first two values are negative, the last two values are positive. Now because of this, the sum becomes a lesser value. So here when you do the addition, be careful. Always add the negative numbers first, find its sum, then add the positive numbers, find its sum, and then subtract to get the answer. So when you find the sum of this, you will get it as minus 12,000. I hope I am clear till here. Now let's move to the next part. Now see here, we have to find the mean deviation. Now mean deviation is what? Summation of FIDI upon summation of FI, where it will become minus 12,000 upon 420, where 10 will get cancelled. Now see, in statistics chapter, you cannot use the calculator and you cannot be lazy also. So you have to do the calculation on your own. So now we will divide 1200 by 42. I am showing you the working because many students find it difficult how to do the division. So now I have to divide 1200 by 42. Sorry. Now we'll take the first three digits. Now 42 2 gives us 84, which is less than 120. Now when you subtract this, you will get the answer as 36. We can get the last zero. Now here again we have to find multiple of 42 such that it has to be less than 360. So it gives us 8 336. Now when you find the difference, it will give you 24. Now we'll take the 0 first, but before that we have to take the decimal in a quotient. Then only we can take the 10. Now to 40. So 42 into 5 gives us 210. When you subtract this, you'll get it as 30. Now we can take 10 as it is. So now we have to find the product or the multiple of 42 such that which has to be less than 300 or equals to 300. Now that will give us 7 294 and the difference is 6. Now since it comes in a decimal, we'll find the decimal till two decimal values, we'll find the quotient. So here it is 28.57. But the numerator was negative. So it will become minus 28.57. I hope I am clear till here. Now we'll find the mean. How do we get the mean value? It is A plus mean deviation. Now A plus mean deviation. What is our A? 550. So 550 plus bracket में आएगा minus 28.57. Now what is plus into minus? Minus. So 550 minus 28.57. Now when you subtract this, you will get it as 521.43. Your sum is not over yet. Whenever you are solving any sum of statistics, always write the answer in statement form with the units. Now observe the first column. The first column is toll in rupees, so your units will be rupees. How to write the statement form? The mean of toll collected is rupees 521.43. I hope you have understood this sum. Let's all look at one more sum. The loan section by the bank for construction of farm ponds are shown in the following table. Find the mean of the loans. Now in this sum, the method is not mentioned. So when you come across this, you can use any method out of three. But in this sum, I am going to use assume mean method or shift of origin method. So I will prepare a table with the 5 columns. Now my first column is for the classes given, that is loan in 1000 rupees, and write the classes whatever is given to us. Then my fourth column will be of number of farm ponds, that is frequency. Write it as down as it is. Now first we'll find the class width. 50 minus 40 gives us 10, so our class width becomes 10. Now class mark. What is class mark? Lower limit plus upper limit upon 2. Now for the first class, the lower limit is 40 and the upper limit is 50. So 40 plus 50 upon 2. Now that is 90 upon 2 will become 45. Now just keep on adding 10. So it is what? 55, then 65, then 75, then 85. I hope I'm clear till here. Now the third column is your deviation. That is xi minus a. So first we need to find a. Now what is a? A is our assumed mean. So we will take in between value. If you observe, there are 5 classes. So I'm going to take the third class mark as a. So I will take a as 65. Now if any student wants to take any other class mark value as a, they are free to do so. If your working is proper, at the end your final answer will be correct. So you don't have to worry with that. It is just when you take the a value in between of the class mark values, it becomes easy for your calculation. Now here 45 minus 65 will give us minus 20. 55 minus 65 will give us minus 10. 65 minus 65 will give us 0. 75 minus 65 will give us 10. And 85 minus 65 will give us 20. Now the last column is our FIDI. So we have to multiply deviation with its respective frequency. Minus 20 into 13 gives us minus 260. Minus 10 into 20 gives us 200, minus 200, sorry. 0 into 24 gives us 0. And 10 into 36 gives us 360. 20 into 7 gives us 140. Now we have to find the total of frequency column. So that is 13 plus 20 plus 24 plus 36 plus 7, which will give us 100. Now here again in a FIDA column, do take care. The first two values are negative and last two values are positive. So first find the sum of negative numbers, then find the sum of positive numbers, and then subtract to get the answer, which will get it here as 40, positive 40. Am I clear till here? Now we'll find the mean deviation. The mean deviation formula is what? Summation of FIDI upon summation of FI. Now what is the value of summation of FIDI? It is 40. So it is 40 upon 100. Now it's very easy. Whenever you have a denominator as 100, you have to just take the two decimals. So it becomes 0.4. Now mean, what is mean? A plus mean deviation. Now A, we had taken it as 65. So 65 plus 0.4 will become 65.4. Now see, our data is loan in 1,000 rupees. So what we will do? We'll multiply the mean value with 1,000. So here 65.4 into 1,000 will give us rupees 65,400. So the answer in statement form will be the mean of the loans is rupees 65,400. I hope you have understood this method as well as some. If you have found this video useful, do share this video with your friends. Also write your comment in my comment section. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for the regular updates. In my next video, we are going to talk about the third method, that is step deviation method. So stay tuned. Thank you.